a golden age as much in what they chose to paint as in the way they painted it, because they were in love with the world of the past, the classical world. Poussin loved Rome. He was a scholar, and in Rome he found the freedom to paint what he liked for his scholarly friends, with no king, no boss, no establishment. He was his own establishment. Poussin can be a daunting artist, and it's surprising that he even stoops to paint a self-portrait. Certainly it wasn't vanity. Look at that big fleshy nose and secretive eyes. A thinking face. Yet, even though he imprisons himself within the great rectangles of his canvases, he does so to be alone with his muse, the beautiful young woman, the symbol of painting itself. Poussin is the most intellectual of artists, but also the most poetic. We catch our breath before his great Rebecca and Eleazar. This was quite a favorite theme of artists, but only Poussin understood the underlying meaning. It's the Old Testament story of Abraham, who'd gone far away and was living among the pagans, and wanted a daughter for his son Isaac from the old country. And he sent Eleazar, his servant, to find a girl. And poor Eleazar, faced with this responsibility, decided when he got there, he'd go to the well where the women were and ask for a drink of water and see if anybody would have the kindness also to water his camels. And that's exactly what Rebecca did. And here you see the relieved Eleazar bringing out all the betrothal jewels, and Rebecca very serious, thoughtful, pondering whether she's going to take this enormous step. And the expressions on every single face are different. There are those who are quite unaware of what's going on. And there's this girl who's absolutely stunned by it, so aware that she's not even noticing where the water's going. And then there's a rather cynical lady, I love her, the one in the pink and green, who's saying, really, she knows all about mankind, no good will come of this. And the rather sad, wistful girl behind, whom you feel would like to have something happening to her life too. But it's not a lover coming into the world of women. This is an emissary, a go-between. His face is in the shadow because he doesn't really matter. He's the one who puts before her a moral choice. Will she place her trust in this institution, as it were, of marriage, and leave this warm, beautiful, comforting world of her friends and go into the world of the men? And that's the world behind. That rigid, architectural, solid world that she hasn't yet lived in because she's been a maiden in her father's house. And now she's being called to go under somebody else's authority. And even more than that, you see, over there, the world of distance, because she's not just going to live in her own city. She's been called to go out into a far country and live there. And I think what Poussin is trying to show us is that a relationship, a marriage, must be based on trust, almost a blind trust. Eleazar has to show some trust in believing that his intuition, that a girl who's kind to camels is going to be a good mother and wife. But what trust for the girl to leave all she knows and go into the distance